Yes, everybody, welcome back to Football United TV. This is United Across the Globe. I'm joined here today by Talk MU, and here comes that wicked intro. Let's go. Yes, everybody, welcome back to United Across the Globe on Football United TV. I'm joined today by the one, the only, the legend from Mars, that is Talk MU.
Yeah, nice one, Matt. Thanks for having me, Rob. Yeah, I always like that intro. I always get a little bit of a dance going.
Brilliant, isn't it? You know what I mean? I always see as
Nice.
well when I invite new guests on, you can see them in the bottom, can't you? And people are like, kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah. Why did it end? They
Yeah.
say, why did it end? I was like, I can't have it for the 4-minute length version because then no one will watch the show. But it is addictive, mate. Bless you for doing that as well.
No worries, bro. You know that.
Yes, mate. Well, let's get straight into it then, shall we? Talk 3-1 against Brentford. You did the watch along on the Man United agenda yesterday, so clearly you watched the game. What did you make of it, mate? Comfortable, even though we didn't play that great. That kind of reminds me of the old United when you don't play good, but you still manage to win comfortably. In your thoughts, mate? What did you think?
Yeah, I think it's pretty simple. The first half, we were a bit lost. We were totally all over the place, disjointed, and David De Gea kept us in the game, with truth be known. And but that's his job, you know. That's what he's there for. You know what I mean? He's a goalkeeper, so yeah, you know, he did well in his goalkeeping duties, but that's what his job is. So, but then the second half, totally different. You know, it was a totally different game second half, and yeah, maybe they did start to tire near the end, around about what's towards the 60-minute mark. You know, I think they started to tire a little bit, and when you do drop off a little bit like that, you know, you go against a fitter team, then you're going to pay the price. And you know, and also I remember we saying to Mr. B during the watch along for half time. I think, you know, Ralph needs to give him the sort of, you know, just put more effort into the final third. You know, get the ball forward quicker, and we'll hurt them. We will hurt them. And it looks like that's exactly what had happened. I'm not saying that's what he said, you know, exactly word for word, but something along those lines. And yeah, it was great when that first goal went in. Anthony Elanga did really well. For that ball from Fred, though, was a peach. Absolute
Really nice.
peach. Yeah.
That Elanga goal was great, mate. Because you know, the keeper could have got hold of that. It was kind of 50-50. He needed to lunge for it, and he did, and it was a nice goal. And Rashford's goal was nice. I felt underrated, actually. I thought it was a very good finish. Like he made it look easy.
It's yeah, I mean,
a goal, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I said as it was coming on, I remember saying that on the watch along with Mr. B, I said, you know what, Marcus, what he needs right now, but everybody knows it's not, you know, nothing. Everybody knows that he needed a goal for his confidence, and he got it. You know, so hopefully that will be a nice little boost for him. You know, if he's sorted out his off-field issues in his personal life, which, you know what, like I've said before, it doesn't matter how much money you've got or how much fame you've got. If you've got personal issues going on in your life away from football, it's going to affect your game. Simple. So I always knew that he would, and I still trust that he will get back to what we know he can be, and even better once these problems are resolved, because it's just the way life is. You know what I mean? So I'm pleased for him, and hopefully he can carry that form in. If he starts the next game, we'll have to wait and see. I don't know, but I think Anthony Elanga has earned the right again to be starting, because I feel he could have done a little bit more in terms of putting himself in more dangerous positions, I think, with the ball at his feet.
Yeah.
You know, and I asked questions of their defence, But again, you know, I know you can't. Every game is not. It's not like one blueprint for every game, and but I think he's earned his right to be picked again to start in the West Ham game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess as well, saying that he is still young, so these things he will learn, hopefully, and Ranić will pull him up and say, "Look, brilliant performance, a few little issues here and there, but I think we can clean them up, sweep them up pretty easily." So, look, I think I completely agree with you, mate. What did you make though of the formation as well? It was a little bit different this time round to the last game against Villa.
4-3-3, 4-3-3, and then we dropped to a 5 at the back when we made the changes. You know what? Yeah, I mean, 4-3-3 for me, it's cool. It works with one holding. McTominay was absolutely outstanding in that game.
Yeah,
Really was. He was outstanding. And you know what? Like I say, I always give Scott McTominay and Fred, when they deserve it, grief, because I will give any player grief who's not, if I don't think they're doing as well as they should be, and we expect of them. And I know that Scott McTominay has got those certain aspects to his game, but I know he's also lacking in certain departments as well, which, yeah, he can make up for if he reads the game a little bit better and uses the space that's available to him a little bit better. You know, I was talking yesterday about drifting. Bath time was having a bit of a disagreement, and I was sort of saying to him, no, I don't mean like drifting miles. I mean, you got to learn to, just drift, even if it's just a few yards. Just a few yards, keep moving, because whoever's asking the questions of you, if you're standing still, then the question's answered. They know exactly where you are, that you're marked. You know what I mean? So they know where the target is. But if you continually drift and just keep continually moving around, you're always ready for a pass, and you've got a more chance of being able to take that one touch and lay it off before somebody's going to get to you. And also, if they are following you and you're in possession, there's space opening up. So there's room for somebody else to go and take advantage. So you can forever be just moving the ball around quickly and controlling that midfield, which is what we want. Which I think yesterday, to be fair, even though they were 3-5-2, so it was a 5 at the back, but they tried to outnumber us. But I think in the second half we did quite well in working that midfield area, and so it was good.
What about Greenwood's impact, mate, as well? Nice to see him scoring also, and having someone like Ronaldo with him, surely he should be able to step up a notch or two with that sort of influence around him. Certainly, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think of Mason. I think he's a fantastic talent, and it's difficult for him because let's not forget he is a striker after all. And he's playing a kind of left, right midfield, or right forward, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I think we have to give him time to adapt fully. But you know what he's like. He is absolutely lethal and devastating in front of goal if he gets the opportunity. So he played his part. To be fair, he did play his part. He's putting himself about, being involved in some of the build-up plays, and I mean, it's great that he got a goal. The instinct was there. You see the instinct straight away. As soon as Scott McTominay picked up that ball, this is what wasn't happening in the first half. When Scott McTominay picked up that ball, right in the midfield, then nobody was making that attempt to go. You know what? Give me the ball. I'm going. Nobody was doing that. So it was always a case of, okay, well, we'll just try a pass there. We'll try a pass there. And it was always sideways, backwards, and maybe the odd pass forward. But then it break down and get intercepted because we were too slow at it. But when you do it quick like that, McTominay could see Bruno and where Greenwood were, and as soon as he hit that, Bruno was on his toes. Bruno gave him that was the trigger. Bruno running. So Scott McTominay seen it and he was like, "Oh yeah, then whoosh." And that was it. As soon as I seen Bruno getting through with that ball, and Mason Greenwood alongside him, it was like, just hold your breath because we're going to score. So, but it was great of Bruno to be not selfish, and lay it off.
Maybe it's something that they worked in training and like you said, like we haven't seen a lot of that lately. So maybe that's something that they're looking to do.
I think, like I said, mate, you've got to think about what Ralph must have said to them at half time is, look, you've been getting into some dangerous positions when you've had possession in that first half. However, because of the lack of energy and commitment and risk taking, it's broke down on us. Because what happens is you give them the opportunity to say, well, where are you going with this? You ain't going anywhere, so we're going to come and get it. Then they're in your face, then they're in your space, and then you've got a problem. But when you do things quick, like I said, it's a simple thing. We all know that in football. Anybody who watches it and understands it, it's always going to be a problem because you do what we did last night, which is get in behind them. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And like I said at the start, Brentford, I've got a lot of respect for Brentford. I don't know what Thomas Frank was whinging about afterwards, though. I've not seen the full thing yet, but I heard somebody mention talking about it. But I do like Thomas Frank. I think he's a passionate, clever manager. Brentford they can do a bit of everything. And like I said yesterday, a bit like a jack of all trades and master of none. But you know what? He'll keep them in the Premier League. There's no two ways about that. But it's going to be interesting to see how he can manipulate what he's going to have left after the summer transfer window and what new additions he brings in, how he can change what they're doing and maybe concentrate on one of their strongest aspects of their game and improve on it, because everything behind that is already there. You know what I mean? So I think that's a good place. I think that he will probably no doubt look to doing. It's strengthening the whatever you would say or anybody else would say, what is Brentford's strongest part of the game.
Yeah, it's not like they're pushovers, is it? So they did play well. It's just that I think, like you said, they tired out, and you don't want to really tire out against a team like Man United, who should be up to that standard where they play 90 minutes and not tired like the Man City players usually. Yeah. Let me read out some comments. We'll go on to the next topic. Big up to Solo in the house from the Man United.
Big up Solo.
Got Anthony Herbert. I like it, the intro, and I bust a move too.
Go on there. Maybe one night we'll just have a party around the intro backstage.
Brilliant. Yeah, I'll do that. I do that anyway when I'm at home on my own. It's fine. I heard this game was a fluke and United didn't deserve to win. If there is any truth in this, I'm thinking 100%.
I think he's referring to what Thomas Frank was talking about at a post-match interview. And look, you know what? When you put a lot of effort into a game and get a lot of chances at the opposition's goal and it doesn't quite work out for you, and you know the team you're playing against aren't in the greatest of form and blah, 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 then, yeah, you're going to feel a bit pissed off. But I understand where he's coming from. And like I said, that's what I like about Thomas Frank is his passion, and he's a breath of fresh air because he doesn't sort of try and paint anything up. He says it how it is. He's quite honest. So, you know what? I ain't got no problem with him being passionate about his team.
He should have just said, if when they asked him the questions or whatever, he should have just said, "Ask me in the morning."
Yeah.
I'm too passionate right now to. Well, I'll probably be too truthful. I'm pretty sure he went to bed, woke up in the morning, and realized maybe that I shouldn't have really said anything. But sometimes that is the way it is. Okay, talk. The one thing that sort of made the news last night and this morning, that Ronaldo was a little bit unhappy about being subbed. Apparently, Ralph Rangnick spoke to him, pulled him aside, said, like, I had to do it for the team. We made that mistake last time round. So this time I wanted to bring on the sub at the 70th minute, was it? I think, in around where he took Ronaldo off and brought Rashford on. And he got the goal, so Rashford. So, do you know what I mean? Like, it worked off really in the end, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been blown out of all proportion, this with Ronaldo. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, it's great, one of the greatest, if not the greatest player still on the planet. He's playing for the club that he loves. He's playing in a game where we're winning. Of course, he's going to be pissed off, but that's great. I love that. We all love that, to see that, the passion from Ronaldo and the hunger. And I mean, you know what? Look, we've always said it, and I'll say it again. All they can talk about is United. Any excuse to talk about Man United, and journalists especially will be all over it. So look, give them the Ronaldo thing to chew on. Let them come to their own conclusions. We as fans understand exactly what's going on. Ronaldo is a machine, and he's a passionate Manchester United fan and player. So to see that relationship between him and Ralph, a healthy relationship, where it's not just a case of, Ronaldo has got some kind of like number on Ralph Rangnick where he can determine and dictate what he wants. No, it don't work like that, does it? You know what I mean? And to see Ralph talking to him like that, I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was great. That's what it shows there is a healthy relationship going on there, which for us as a team.
He also said, he said, maybe in a few years' time when you are coaching or become a manager, you might be in the same circumstances as what I was, and you might have to make that decision, and then you'll understand why I did it. I think it's good. It's kind of like a slapping down almost. Do you know what I mean? He knows he's passionate. He did say as well, like, I like this from a player. This is what we need. We want players to get annoyed when they're being substituted because it shows that they want to play. You don't want to play going, I really enjoy being substituted because I know I can go home, chill out, relax. That's all I've been thinking about from the start of the game, just about getting home. You don't want that.
Well, look, let's put it into some sort of context as well here. As if this was the Champions League final, right? I mean, and do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's an issue, isn't it? Let's have it right. It is an issue.
Yeah.
If it's a champ, but it's not. It's a game against Brentford in the Premier League. We're winning. It's no big deal for me. It's it is what it is. And like I said, the relationship's there between him and Ralph. And at the end of the day, we need Ronaldo for the West Ham game. We need him for the West Ham game because again, we have to go out. We have to. That first half, we're going to go out, find our feet, find the tempo, feel our way into the game. I think it's going to be pretty similar. It's either going to be vice versa from the Aston Villa game or what we saw last night, one of the two. But for me, that's fine because, like I say, at the end of the day, we are, he's been here for 2 minutes. Let's have it right. He's been here 2 minutes. He's made some big decisions. He's made some great changes. He's been brave. And all you can do is applaud him because he's picking up results. You know what I mean? So we've been beat once. So it's no big deal at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And we're still in a healthy position. Yeah, okay, Spurs won. We've got to be fair, Chelsea needs to start looking over their shoulder a little bit here now also because we've got 2 games in hand over them and we'll only be, I think it's 4 or 3 points behind them if we get our 6 points and they keep dropping, especially if they keep getting in more bad results. We will be right behind Chelsea as well, also as well as Tottenham. You know what I mean? So
Chelsea are in huge trouble, aren't they? I mean, I know there's this thing coming out about FIFA changing the rulings on loans, and I think they've got over 20 players out on loan. 21 players. There you go. That's crazy. So I mean, they're in trouble anyway, aren't they? Like just with the fact that Lukaku coming out, Tuchel making all these comments about fatigue, and it just doesn't look good at the club at the moment, even though they are champions of Europe.
Yeah, I say, you know what? Look, Chelsea are they're a great club. They've got a great coach. They've got a great owner. Let's have it right. I mean, Roman Abramovich has always, stuck by his word and done the business when he's needed to do it. And you can't knock it. You either got money or you ain't. Simple as that. But again, as we've saw many times, money doesn't buy you anything. It doesn't guarantee anything. Never guarantees anything. And but yeah, they're in a bit of a sticky spot right now, Thomas. I think Thomas Tuchel is feeling. I think he's starting to feel the pressure somewhat now because he knows what the expectations are. He knows, it's going to be a difficult task for him. Now he can't win the league from here, in my opinion. That's gone. So all he can do now is hope he can try and replicate the Champions League. Are they still in the FA Cup as well?
Yes, I believe they are. I don't think they.
So you know what? If he gets to, let me ask you the question. I mean, as a Chelsea fan, if you were a Chelsea fan, if we had a Chelsea fan here, that'd be great. But do you think Chelsea fans would be happy, and Abramovich will be happy if he does secure top 4, Tuchel, and he gets, I don't know, FA Cup? Maybe. Do you think he'd be happy with that?
Yeah.
Or does he want more? You'd have to be happy with that.
They want more. I mean, you want more, but you'd be happy with it. Would Man United be happy with it? I would.
I would. Most definitely. And do you know what? We talked about this last night, and I've said it right from the start of the season. Agreed with Jay that maybe one of our trophies that we actually could go and win would be the Champions League. So. We've said this many times. We've said it many, many times. So I won't repeat what I've already said numerous occasions. But I think that's a good opportunity for us, and also the FA Cup. But
wouldn't it be nice to see Ronaldo win something while he's here? At least something.
Oh yeah.
Like, just something to
Yeah.
say, welcome back. Like, you got at least a trophy. Like, we're not that great at the moment. We're not like the PSG or the Man Cities of the time, but it'd be nice just to see him get a medal of this time, because we don't know how long he's going to be here, do we? Talk really.
No, and I think we'll get. I think we've got him till the end of his contract that he said, which is the end of next season. Whether if he's fit enough to continue and maybe agree to a kind of lesser game time, because obviously we'll be even another couple of years older, and he agrees to that, and especially if we do bring some kind of silverware home, I think he'd be quite happy to stay. And we're doing well and we're in the top four, and we can actually maybe even mount a serious title challenge even next season or the season after, depending on who it is that we actually bring in, whether it be Ten Hag or Pochettino. I don't know who it is going to be. It's going to be interesting to find that out. But yeah, it's an interesting time at the moment for us Reds. It really is. We're kind of like it's like a blink, like a bulb that's on the blink.
Yeah,
like it's on and it's on, off, on, off, on, off.
I was going to say Groundhog Day. It reminds me of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just every day I wake up, it's the same. You think it's gonna end off nicely, and then you're back to start again. Like the same things happening again and again. Like you said, like how many times now we've said, like hopefully next year if we can like really contend for the title. And someone said to me as well, like we haven't really had that many decent strikers, have we? And I'm like, we've had Falcao, we've had Cavani, we've had Ronaldo, we've had Ibrahimovic. Like, you know what I mean? We've had some decent talented strikers. So what? I mean, it's just like you say, it's crazy. I don't know. It's just the same routine we keep going through. But hopefully, you reckon next season might be the one.
I think for me is this season right now, the players themselves, the team. There comes a time when you're under a new manager that when you're getting towards business end of a season where results now we have to take points. We have to get the points. There's a bit of a mindset shift going on, I think, also right now, which is obviously thanks to Ralph in the way he's trusting the players to, who he's picking and putting out there. And so I think he deserves a lot of credit, Ralph, to be fair. And like I say, the players themselves now are in a position of they know if they want it and they've got the energy, concentration, they can go out and get them points to secure us a top four place this season.
Yeah.
Which for them would be great because they know, again, going into the summer transfer window, all the rumours. I think it's quite clear and obvious. I think a lot of the first team know who will be staying and will be going. I think that's going to be obvious for them. And but it's the excitement of, right, we're in top four. We're going to bring in some new players. It gives you a bit of a boost for the season coming. You know what I mean?
That's a very good segue into the next chat, actually, Rise, talking about players in and players out. We are going to get on to Jesse Lingard, but I'm just going to read out a few more comments. There are people in the room watching live now. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you can smash the like, share and subscribe, it really does help. Thank you so much for coming in today, everybody. Solo again, good evening, gentlemen. And he says, tough crowd at Brentford last night, and it was freezing cold as well. Yeah, I saw your video walking home, Solo. You did look a little bit cold there with a Mondi and your big jacket on with your fur. The match reviewer, hello lads. Big up, mate. Big up. How you doing? Nice to see you back again, man. Anthony Herbert, but how many times do managers sub their best players? Lots, all because you're either winning the game, bring on fresh legs, or change formation. Do you agree with that, Rise?
Yeah. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You've got to make changes that suit your position. Simple as that. If you're not winning, you need to make changes that are going to help you win. If you're winning, and you've got assets on the pitch, you need to rest for coming up games coming up. That's what you do. It's simple as that.
Do you agree with this as well, Talk? Poch needs to be the man.
No.
Who do you think, mate? Are you Ten Hag? Yeah.
Well, look, I'm. Do you know what? Out of those two, I would pick Ten Hag, but I'm not even 100% sold on Ten Hag. If I'm honest, just simply because if you look at what Ralph's done since he's come in, he's kind of struggled a little bit in order to get the team at it, doing what he wanted them to do, and it seems like he's quickly realised. Oh wait, hold on a minute. I know the time scale is different here, but he quickly realised that, no, this is not going to work, and we're going to relinquish too many points. So I better simplify it up. So he simplified it up, by changing the formation from the 4-2-2 to, a 4-2-3-1, now a 4-3-3. The 4-2-3-1 they knew anyway. The 4-3-3 they know anyway because of Ole when he first came in. So he was quite sensible in that approach. But I think we need a man. We need now somebody. I'm not going to, when I say this name, I don't mean him, but I mean somebody like him, Antonio Conte. We need somebody like an Antonio Conte who's got that kind of, that mindset of that he's got, Antonio Conte, that kind of determination.
Do you say Conte because of that comment that Solo said, because of experience in the league, or is it just the experience in football in general and winning?
Just not just the, yeah. Obviously the experience goes without saying, but it's more about his personality. We need that kind of personality. Even, there's been rumours and talks and whispers of Diego Simeone. Bring it on, I say, for Diego Simeone. I know fans would say, but the football and all the blah. So what? If we were to win a league, right, or even better, a double of some sort, and do well in the Champions League and blah, blah, I don't care. As long as we're managing games and we're doing well in games, we're playing decent football, and we're winning. That's at this. We have to adapt. We have to, evolve as a club.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for me, like I say, I don't know whether Ten Hag has got that kind of personality about him in order, to be able to come in and bring what is lacking. Because if he's just going to come in and be like a younger version of Ralph Rangnick and start saying, "Oh, okay, guys, well, we're going to start doing that," it's like, well, yeah, right, well, we already know that we're doing that. Ralph told us that. Well, where's the oomph? Where's the fear? You need a bit of fear for a manager. You need a bit of that kind of like, oh shit, but a good balance of that, and also love.
I feel that there might be that with Ten Hag, mate. I mean, you see look how great they. I mean,
Maybe.
Ajax done in the Champions League. They didn't lose a game, and they scored an incredible amount of goals, and they've got better. Yeah. They got better as a unit, even though they've lost a lot of players like Van der Beek to us, and he might be.
The thing here is, Matt, the caveat for me is on this is that, look, Ajax is not Manchester United. It's a totally different club altogether. It couldn't be a million miles further apart from Man United. And because of the way Man United is run with the owners, everything that goes on at the club, the way it is, at the moment, is it the right environment for a Ten Hag to come in? This is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's the only reason why I say it as well, is like, I think that's somebody who's a bit cocky and who's a bit, not a Jose Mourinho, he was like too far that way. Somebody in the middle, somebody in the middle between a Rangnick and a Jose Mourinho. And for me, that somebody would be, like I say, either a Simeone or an Antonio Conte. You know what I mean?
Get Simeone. He's got to leave at some point. He's been there so long. He's got to try something new. Ralph will not be manager next season. I pretty much believe that as well.
Yeah, there's no two ways about that. He knows it himself anyway. And I said it last, I think it was the last watch along, not the one we've just done, the one before it, or the one even before that. That he had that impact time has gone now. That was his moment to stamp his name on the job after the initial 6 months.
Yeah,
which that's gone now. So he ain't going to get the job. No two ways about that.
No, he would have the same issue like Jose did, but Jose did due to the way he plays football. Anthony Herbert says Amonde's 10 out of 1 to take over United with 1-0 win. LOL. Anthony laughing out loud. Okay, last but not least, then this is big news coming out because he has been linked to West Ham and Newcastle. Doesn't look like it's going to be West Ham because I think Man United are quite smart. They see them as rivals at the moment for that 4th spot. So you wouldn't really want to give one of your players to a team that could potentially beat you to it. But Newcastle, that might happen. He's looking at the money situation. They're trying to sort it out. I know a loan deal was rejected for Lingard, and it was going to be £3 million for the rest of the season, and also paying his wages for the rest of the season as well. And it was rejected. So, what do you make of this, mate? It's got to go now, and not only just for Man United's sake, but maybe for his sake, because the Qatar World Cup's coming up. He needs game time. He needs to have the same impact like he did when he went to West Ham. What do you make of the situation, mate? Is this the window where it's time to say goodbye?
Yeah, I mean, look, I always touch on what Ollie said about, I mean, you need a big squad in order to challenge for the league and bring trophies home, which is correct. We do. However, there does come a time where you need to refresh that squad, and I just think Jesse's been a great player for the club. He's done what he's done. He's been off to West Ham. He liked it. He's come back. He seems unhappy. He's played a bits and bats here and there, but I think it's the right time for him now to go and play out the rest of his career at one club in the Premier League, whether it be West Ham or Newcastle, and go and earn himself whatever he can earn in his last big payday, and in a switch, in a whether it's on a free or whatever it is, he's going to earn a lot of money out of it, and good luck to him. But I think it is time to go.
Do you think that if he does go, United should maybe look for a replacement for the rest of the season, just for squad depth, losing a player, and with Corona at the moment, it can be difficult. You don't know when players are going to
not necessarily because I mean, for me, Matt, like I've said before, you know what, Ralph's in a great position right now if you think about it, because like I said, we're getting results. First half shit or first half good, and vice versa. We're getting results. We've been beat once. We're getting results. So it's a perfect opportunity for him. We've started Elanga. Get another youth player in. Bring another youth player in who can play this position, the same position as Lingard, and get him on the bench. Get him used to that anticipation of being on the bench. You're on the bench. If you're on the bench, there's a high chance you're going to be coming on.
Yeah.
So that is a big move for a youth player to go to the bench. It's like, you're like, okay, yeah, I might get my moment. And that's what you need. You need the anticipation and that pent up kind of willingness to go out and prove yourself to the manager and help the team. You need that. And so for me, it's a great opportunity for him because what's Ralph got to lose? Is letting Lingard move to Newcastle going to prevent us getting top four? I don't think so. So just do it.
Is them getting Lingard going to prevent them from getting relegation? I don't think so.
Well, actually, let me just have a quick. I'm just going to have a quick look at the table because for the top of my head, I can't remember where Newcastle are in the table. Well, just have a look right now. So Newcastle are they're in trouble. They've got 18 games left, and they're on 12 points. That's ridiculous. That is the most ridiculous. I mean, Burnley even worse. I mean, but mind you, Burnley have got 3 games on. They've got 4 games on Norwich and 3 games on Newcastle.
Yeah, it's just Newcastle literally got to win pretty much nearly every game until the end of the season. I just can't.
Well, no, I can't. It's going to be tough unless your likes of Watford, if they continue to struggle and they, get taken over by Norwich, by Newcastle, by Burnley, because I think Burnley are going to be the surprise team here to pull themselves out of that.
You think so? There's a lot of background talk with Burnley, isn't there? I know there was today talking about the owners and that, not having any money and being in financial problems and not being able to buy players. That's why a reason why they got rid of what was his name? Yes, they went to Newcastle. I just feel like they're ready to go, mate. I think they've stayed too long, overstayed their welcome in a sense.
If that's the case, then you know what, Sean Dyche, he's surely got to be nailed on for another job in the Premier League at a bigger club than Burnley, because I think he's a good manager. I know a lot of people don't like the way he plays football, I'd be interested to see what he could do with a squad like an Everton or a Leeds, or
I
a
think he'd
team
be
like
good
that.
at a place like Brighton.
But yeah, but obviously Brighton are not going to let Graham Potter go unless he gets
Unless England
approached by
come calling.
Well, yeah, would he take England the job right now, Graham Potter?
People, I mean,
Sure.
I've not even said anything recently. I know I say it quite a lot, but people have even been saying, even the players have said, like, I could not see why he wouldn't be the perfect fit for England's next manager. I don't know. I just feel like he could get the best out of England players.
Yeah,
But I want to go on. Sorry.
For me, no, sorry, Matt, but for me, he's too young. I know Gareth Southgate, blah blah. He's quite young and all the rest of it, but for me, Graham Potter, no, I just think he's still got a lot of growing to do in the Premier League. I think he's still got a lot of points to prove, and maybe in I don't know, another 10 years, maybe, if he continues to do well as a manager in the Premier League, and he goes through maybe one or two clubs in that 10 years, does well with them, then I think it'd be a time for him to say, you know what, okay, now I want to go into manage the England squad. But I think it's too early.
Yavi sacked. Graham Potter, new manager of Barcelona. Imagine that. This won't happen.
No.
So going on to that Lingard, just to finish off as well. It only being a 6-month loan, I guess he looks at that and goes, well, if they do get relegated, I can save face and I can still choose somewhere else. I don't have to be attached to the club if they go down to the Championship. So this for him would probably be a good deal, being only a loan deal. I know West Ham wanted to buy him, didn't they? But I think that's
well, see, for him, this is where as a club we need not to fail Jesse Lingard. We need to get the best deal we can for him. It's not a case of just like putting him out in the shop window and whoever that comes with the money first, like, yeah, on your bike. That's out of order. We can't do that. We have to treat him with respect. We have to do the right thing by him. So for me, the best option really would be West Ham. Go and speak to West Ham and say, look, listen, if you want to do a deal for Jesse on a full-term contract and buy him, let's do a deal. Go.
But United won't do it, will they? They're reluctant to give it to a team that are, like I said, in the same position as us. Like, imagine giving Lingard and then like he goes and scores loads of goals and gets them points, and that's the player that you add. That's why I think they're okay with the Newcastle thing, but they're not too keen on it being Aston Villa or West Ham because they're close around us in the table at the moment, and that's sort of like Man City and Chelsea like contending for the title, and then their top striker goes to Chelsea, say, from City, and then they win the title. You know what I mean? Like, you just be like,
I know what you mean.
What have we done?
Yeah, I mean, but like I say, I mean, you know what? Jesse, I don't know, he either decides to wait it out until it becomes a free agent, and he can do whatever he wants then in the summer, and in the meantime, just be ready to play for the badge if you need it, if you're called upon. Go out there and do your best for us, and in the summertime, bam, you can walk and go wherever he wants. I think Lingard's about 15.
Yeah, I'd agree with you on that. Exactly that talk about like staying till summer and then going off to West Ham. But I guess it's the Qatar World Cup that kicks into play. I just think he wants to get a full year of being a starting player so he can impress and get his place, because there's so many players. Like, you got Bowen going for that position now for England. You've got so many players that haven't been in the setup at England, so that might be a worry for him, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course he wants to play, but I mean, is he really going to start that many games for England?
Southgate loves him, doesn't he? He loves him, mate.
But you know what? It's like this is the time now for Southgate to cast his eyes wider and look at younger, players who have been playing regular football. Well, yeah. Listen, I've always said it when it comes to England. If you're playing well and you're doing well for your club, playing regular, give them a chance.
Mate, I think Qatar, we got an even better team than we had at the Euros. Like, I swear down, like the talent that we've got that are coming through as well, that trying to fight for places, it's ridiculous. Picking an England team right now is actually very difficult, which is a very good thing for a manager.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite looking forward to the World Cup, if I'm honest with you. I know. Look, there's a lot of controversy around it being in Qatar because of the human rights issues and all that kind of stuff. And I know Eric Cantona himself has come out and said that he won't be watching it because of that, which is, that's like, oh, whoa, really? And look,
he will be with the seagulls.
yeah. I mean, you know what? I think I've not read enough. I've not read enough into it, and to make my own conclusions on it, from honest here. So I don't really want to make a comment on it. But you know what? It's the World Cup, and if people have died in the construction of these stadiums, that's awful. That is awful, and hopefully, the Qatari government, king or whatever, I don't know, does the right thing by the families of anybody who has passed on because of putting the work in to make this possibility for the Middle East. Then hopefully, it'll make things easier for the families, especially if they've lost their breadwinners. That's one of the main things for me as well. Also, not just the fact that they've lost their father, husband, brother, or whatever. It's the fact that also they'll, if they just lose their breadwinner, then you're pretty much stuffed, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it. And I know Beckham's involved in it with sort of spreading it around the world and being what you call it, face
ambassador
for the World Cup. Yeah. How much is just as we finish off here, talk, because we've run well over time. How much is Lingard worth? Do we know?
I think it's about 15. I would say. I think about 15 mil. Don't think it's any more than that.
I was going to say 1,500 packets Lucky Charm cereal, but yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, I think about 15, maybe. Yeah, around about that figure, surely.
So maybe we could sell him in the summer. That gets some money for it. He's going to go in the summer, isn't he? Somewhere, but whether it'll be Newcastle, we're not sure. Talk, right. Thank you so much for coming on today, mate. That was a good little chat.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming by, bro. Where can we find you, mate? Apart from if you look up in the night sky and you see a glowing planet.
That's my house. No, usual place, mate, on Twitter at iTalkMU and on the Man United Agenda, and also on this channel. So, always advocate, the channel here, people to come and watch more, because it is a good channel, mate. You are good at what you do. So, yeah, there you go.
Thank you, man. Yes, people, thank you so much for tuning in. And please go and check out the Man United Agenda. I believe they're on in 10 minutes' time. If you are watching this back, they're not going to be on live, okay? So just remember that, all right? Go and check out the Man United Agenda. You can watch them back there. They're brilliant shows. And, of course, if you only caught the last bit of this, rewind it back. Go and have a look. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a subscribe. And we will see you tomorrow for that horrible show, which is Gunners from All Corners. With Marty.
Yeah, bang, bang.
God, bloody up.
Actually, you know what? Before you go, sometimes when it's on, because it does it quite late, and I'm doing some work and stuff, I have it on in the background and have a listen. You know what? It's a good show, actually, to be fair. It's interesting to hear all the opinions. The opinions of the Arsenal fans.
They do squabble a lot. We don't usually squabble. Yeah. We agree. And on there, nobody agrees with each other, which is what people really want to watch.
Do you know one of the most entertaining things is to listen to Stephen, Fiedler and Luca argue about, because Luca's like, he'll say Vlahovic, he's not good enough for Arsenal. What? Or, Silva, it's like, wait, whoa. And then Stephen just throws one and he goes, yeah. It's brilliant. Great viewing pleasure.
There you go. Talks bigging it up. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock p.m. Actually, no, 9:30 p.m., I believe, this week for Gunners from All Corners. We'll see you then. I'll be back for Sunday for the Premier League weekend show. Until tomorrow, take care, everybody. Have a pleasant weekend. Bye-bye.
Ciao.